Hi everyone! In a previous video, I read bad reviews about Star Stable from kids, and today I'll be reading Star Stable reviews by parents on a website called Common Sense Media. I'm a little shocked by the reviews. The first review says Star Stable is 18 plus and contains violence and scariness. The stable star does not offer much. Every update usually includes horses and events are usually the same. It is boring in the end and story quests are small batches. And after all buying things and events, if you're like me, your storage has become full, and in several MMO games you have huge open worlds, and this game is not even done yet. I've been collecting all yellow stars and I don't get any rewards. They updated more and more stars and telling news, so cool new stars to found for nothing. I think English is not this person's first language. There's a lot of players who try to insult you, begin good at the game, coming your way, and you become frustrating, and you know players don't want to ignore you because Queen know the way. I'm sorry. The next review says Star Stable is for age 10 plus. It cost a lot. It is very true. If you ever want to play Star Stable, you really need to be saving up because the Star Coins and Star Rider cost a lot, and if you don't have Star Rider, you can't go nowhere, buy no new horse, or good stuff in the game. The only places you can ride to is nowhere. The only places you can ride to is nowhere, okay? And Fort Pinta and Moorland, which is making the game really boring. Not everyone is rich because the only way you get to go anywhere is by getting Star Rider, and that costs too much and you can barely say anything because even safe word get hashtags. If you say Star Stable free, then make it free not only to download but also in game so others can have fun exploring and buy new stuff and horses, because almost everything costs star coins or real money, because right now I'm giving up on SSO and be rather playing those one task horse game because it make no sense to be riding around with nothing to do. So please, I'm begging you, please improve your gameplay. The next review says Star Stable is age 7 plus and 1 out of 5 stars. Absolutely awful. So I came across this game and it was rated far better than all the other horse games. My daughter, 11, at the time was very happy about playing. She met many friends and played almost every night. Now she's 14 and Star Stable keeps closing her chat for no reason and giving her warnings when she has done nothing wrong. Star Stable refuses to address that the new moderators are way too harsh and the customer support is very rude. On top of it all, my daughter rarely lays, I think she means plays? She shows me the news feed and it seemed to have gotten very boring. A complete waste of money and time. So find a new horse game. The next review says Star Stable is age 14 plus and gives 1 out of 5 stars. It's a cash drain and friendship wrecker. Avoid. Star Stable is a horse riding simulation game. Great graphics, interesting adventures, and it's about ponies. So what's the problem? My daughter, 10 years old, started playing this a few weeks ago, and it has caused her and us so many problems that we finally emailed the SS people last night and asked for them to delete her membership. This wasn't a decision taken just by us. Daughter agreed that it was just more trouble than it was worth. It has caused upset among her and her friends, and has cost most of her savings, £50. Good riddance. Like a lot of games of the same ilk, it lets you play for free just long enough to get completely immersed and hooked, and then the membership, collectibles, etc. kick in. After that, it's just money, money, money. These kinds of games are very cleverly and cynically aimed at kids who just aren't equipped to resist. They give status over other friends by allowing the purchase of special items and membership privileges. Then they get financially invested in the game, and so feel that they can't leave. As well as costing money, this game has caused fallouts with friends. I've got this, you haven't, etc. So I would strongly advise you avoid this game and any other game which offers in-app purchases like it. The next review is by a parent who says Star Stable is age 9 plus and gives 1 out of 5 stars. Customer service is terrible. My daughter loved this game and eventually convinced us to buy her membership as a gift. The problems began less than a month after the purchase. She somehow was either hacked or the game had a glitch and she was transported to a world that she can't play in. Her level isn't high enough. We have been messaging, emailing, begging, complaining for over a week and have received absolutely no help. The one actual email we received from the customer service rep consisted of one sentence: "A level 12 cannot be an Epona." Completely unhelpful. I am so tired of dealing with this. The next review says Star Stable is age 10 plus and gives 1 out of 5 stars. Password thieves. Pay by accident, too much money, bad customer service. My child has been playing for only 1 week as a Star Rider, but has already been tricked by a player into giving them her details. This person logged into her account and bought quote-unquote coins on her mobile phone. Then they bought horses with these coins. It cost me 45 euros, and there's still another 150 euros in transactions pending. There does seem to be a protection so that only the first 3 transactions were finalized. If someone's kid is getting tricked into giving out a password, they probably aren't mature enough to be playing a game. Don't give out your password. Obviously, if players are tricking others, they should be banned. But the kid's the one who gave away the password. The next review says Star Stable is age 10 plus, 3 out of 5 stars, and says Star Stable contains language. Watch out for social media foul language. The game at first appears pretty benign, but it has a social media component that is not moderated. Though it tries to ban foul language, users find a way around it. Tonight, my 10-year-old who is sensitive to such language came to me in tears, saying that someone wrote to him using foul language and he never wants to play again. He reported the user and we will see what happens, but know that there is the opportunity for your child to get exposed to poor behavior and language of others. Also, prior to this, my son liked the game and has asked for boy characters. No response from the makers of this game regarding boy characters. The next review says Star Stable is age 8 plus and gives 2 out of 5 stars. Consider very carefully. Players are always getting logged out of Star Stable, not just me. This is very frustrating when you are doing a job and have to log on again and do the job over. I mean, yeah, that's frustrating when you lose connection, but sometimes it's not Star Stable's fault, it's your internet. Also, when you sell them your horses and are supposed to get paid, Star Stable keeps your horses and does not pay you, then tries to turn around and say you did not have the horses in the first place. Okay, that's weird. The next review says 8 plus and gives 1 out of 5 stars. They overcharge for bad game mechanics. Listen, this is probably the only pony MMO you'll find around right now, but it isn't worth it. The controls, the gameplay, the constant bugs make the game a frustrating mess to play. You'll spend more time trying to move your horse than enjoying the game. Not to mention, it is pay to play. You buy a subscription to the game, then you have to pay with real-world cash for horses, clothing, and haircuts, and basically everything in the game, bringing the total to hundreds of dollars for a game that barely works. They overcharge, lock out players that can't afford to pay, and don't fix anything. They're just after your money, folks. Don't give it to them. Not to mention the servers are unstable and probably outdated. Don't even bother with this game. It can be expensive for horses and things that only cost star coins, but there are Jorvik shillings for some things. I wish that everything would have a Jorvik shilling option, even if it costs a ton of Jorvik shillings. I'd just rather be able to have the option, especially for horses. The next review says Star Stable is age 13 plus and gives 1 out of 5 stars. Addictive and costly. My daughter has never been this obsessed over something on a computer or app ever. She spent over $500 on our credit cards before we were able to stop this. What? This is an online interactive game where quote-unquote children are connecting with other quote-unquote children. Do not let your kids play this game. It is a scam. This game will one day be in a class action lawsuit. Some of these parents are so dramatic, it's insane. The next review says age 18 plus, 5 out of 5 stars. Star stable, more like the new Fortnite. I still think the graphics are a little similar, but they're completely different games still. Star stable is new way of life. If you do not stable, you do not star. The intellectual values of playing this brilliant game has way more worth than money or education? No. Who is writing this? Is this a kid writing this? I feel like these are children. Unfortunately, this game does not accurately represent the downs and ups of life, but my horse Sprinkle Cake will always bring me through tough times. I will not put name on my grave but my horse's. The next review says age 18 plus, 1 out of 5 stars, and says it contains violence and scariness. Scam for kids. My daughter, who suffers from extreme anxiety and PTSD, loved the game at first, so I paid for a month, then that was going to run out. Now this game is something that helps her cope, so we tried to pay for lifetime. Everything was denied even though we had enough and didn't have a problem the first time. We messaged them asking if it was on their side, no answer. We then tried looking for the quote-unquote pay safe card and it was nowhere at all. Long story short, I ended up paying $116 for this game when the original offer was $75. Now the game doesn't work and has messed up her laptop completely, and I can't even get a refund for her to get something else. You have to contact them for a refund. That's not even in their list of reasons, so they won't see it, let alone we've been trying to contact them for 20 days now when they claim to respond in 48 hours. Let alone her being a horse lover, she's very upset that she can't even get on to take care of her horses and is stressed out that they'll die or get sick. This parent is probably giving her kid more anxiety than she already has. The next review says Star Stable is age 9 plus and gives 1 out of 5 stars.
Gambling!
For children. Frowny face. Although it's an okay game that kids enjoy, kids keep getting pulled in. ... Then get stopped to pay more money to go further, even though we paid the monthly fee already. They get quote-unquote free riders for only 3 days, then have to pay more. Like
gambling!
You win something, then lose it, then need the high to play and
pay
more. Over and over again. It's a
scam.
Stay away. If it had a one-time monthly fee that includes everything needed to play the full game, that would be more acceptable. Some people do not understand how a game works. The next review says age 8 plus and gives 2 out of 5 stars. Frustrating game. The game is always updating on Wednesday. You have to uninstall then reinstall, which takes a while. I've never heard someone complain about the updates. Kids find a way around words in the chat room. My child downloaded the Star Stable Friends app and is now chatting all day with quote-unquote friends she met in this game. One we found out is not who they say they are. They left the game. This game is addicting to kids and they want you to buy more and more coins. The next review says Star Stable is age 8 plus and gives 4 to 5 stars. Star Stables is right about
star.
I love how in this game, children can have the freedom to care for their very own horse without having to leave the room. But sometimes if the Wi-Fi is not on, it can cause glitching. Well, yeah, it's an online game. It will cause glitching if there's no internet. Other than that, have fun with your own horse in a virtual world full of surprises and adventure. Don't spend too much money on clothing. Your horses need food. The next review is age 10 plus and gives 1 out of 5 stars.
Do not play this game, especially if you are going to be a paying member. I do not play this and will not. However, I know women that do play it. They conspire against you by giving you a chat ban for something like only misspelling a word, and then they were out to ban you completely, and you will lose all of your money if you paid any, all of your star coins, horses, etc. So although Star Stable will probably delete this truth, it can be verified with other members and is the total truth.
No. I don't think this is an adult. I cannot believe this is an adult. The next review says Star Stable is age 8 plus and gives it 1 out of 5 stars. This game disgusts me. The reason I rated the game a 1 was because it costs way too much. For example, my daughter has been playing this game for about 1 year. She played every single day of the week and absolutely loved it. Then she reached level 5. At level 5, you have to upgrade to a Star Rider, which is
extremely
expensive. She was absolutely heartbroken. Then she made a new account, which comes with a free gift, which is you get 100 star coins, which is the money that
only
Star Riders can get, with 3 days Star Rider. She began to play again and unlocked many new maps and fun quests. After her 3-day trial ended, I almost lost it because apparently after your free trial expires, the maps that she spent
3 days
to unlock, she's no longer allowed to go to. Every time she tries to go into the map, it gives her a warning and kicks her out of the area. This game is disgusting to me and my daughter. I told her to find a new horse game, but there are no other horse games that have fun quests where you can explore and find friends. Warning to all parents, I would not introduce this game to your children for these reasons. That's the reason why it's called a trial. It's to try the game to see if you like it, so then if you do like it, then you have to pay for it. The next review says age 8+ and gives 3 out of 5 stars. Simple/cute game that allows communication with strangers and can be costly. This game is harmless on its face, but does allow players to communicate with each other and can get costly. They constantly advertise sales for coins to get the kids excited to continue investing in the game. I agree, there are a lot of offers all the time, and usually they're just like 30% off, and I usually just ignore it though. I know some kids, they don't have self-control, so they can't do that. If not monitored, like any online game, it can become addictive and confuse children into believing that the other users of this game are their quote-unquote friends. Beware of how children treat the communication with complete strangers that create cute usernames for themselves. The next review says age 11+, 3 out of 5 stars. Money stealing and impossible quests. There are new quests that my daughter was excited about, but it turned out literally impossible. I do not recommend playing the main story quests. Do not buy star coins or Star Rider. They are not worth the money. Oh, you know what probably happened? The new Anne quest probably came out, and then the kid realized they weren't leveled up completely and couldn't do it. They think they can just do nothing and then, oh, let's do the new quest, when you kind of have to go through the other quests first because it's part of the story. This review says age 18+, 1 out of 5 stars, drops your grades. This game becomes too addicting for children. The child's grades keep dropping. The next review says age 3+, 1 out of 5 stars. Disappointment. It could be a great game for every age like they pretended on their website years before, but it ended in an expensive pink land only dedicated to 3 to 5-year-old girly girls, and only if they aren't too discerning. The main trap in this game is that when you start, you have a lot of missions. A kinda interesting plot, you need to save your new horse riding center against a mean venal angry man and his big society who can destroy your happy place with its construction machines and a construction approval. Well, that was quite realistic. Later, you happen to know that you were a magical person and most likely the chosen one. What a surprise, right? The main problem is that the story became very silly, trying to add some dramatical elements, but failing because the characters are silly and childish as possible. You'll end bored doing the same races, the same championship, on the same little maps, as the main story missions will be more and more rare, and very short. The only thing they'll often add is horse breeds and colors, which will push you to buy special money just to collect and train them. You can't even roleplay as the censure is too restrictive and some normal words are forbidden. This review is actually reasonable. What a great job explaining the quests. I've never heard someone explain the quests so well. But sadly, this censure won't impeach some players to bully you or insult you, or even try to scam you. And don't forget the dramas and fights between players. Maybe they are young, but a lot of them are rude and aggressive. True. And few things on the game aren't good examples to kids, so I won't recommend it at all. The next review says age 9+, 1 out of 5 stars. just cares about money. I've been playing Star Stable for 2 years now, and I have to say,
Do not
play the game. I found this game when I was browsing through online horse games, and the first thing that came up was Star Stable Online. So I created an account, and I loved it at first, I truly did, but then I realized that I had to
pay to continue.
after level 5, so I bought 3 months of Star Rider. I had fun, but Star Stable kept on having these deals with double star coin weekends, and I was the bait, and SSO was the hook. I bought star coins for $20 for 900 star coins. I regretted it, but then I decided to buy lifetime for $70. Honestly, Star Stable is trying to get you to buy star coins by releasing horses. They're aiming for kids so they can't say no. And when I got locked out of my favorite server, SSO didn't care. How would you get locked out? You chose to move away. Is this a kid? I think this is a kid writing the review, honestly. Those are all the reviews from angry parents I will be reading. I have a feeling some were kids but said they were adults. I'm a little shocked at how crazy people are acting over a game. Unless the kids spent $500 on star coins, gave out their password, then there's something to freak out about. I think some people were being rational, but I feel like after this I need to make a most positive Star Stable reviews video and cleanse my channel of the entitled kids and parents. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye!